welcome back to my channel. Before I jump into this tutorial, I just wanted to give you guys a few quick updates because we were just in Halloween season and I feel like I got so caught up doing all the Halloween looks for you guys that I haven't really gotten a chance to talk with you guys or give you some updates on what I'm planning on filming or doing next here on my channel. I know earlier this month or last month, I can't believe it's November, I mentioned that I was going to be filming a Q&A video for you guys so you guys could get to know me more now that you've maybe been following me for quite some time now here on my channel. Other videos I have in mind are things like a hair care tutorial because I know I get a lot of questions on that, favorite brushes, must-have brushes, favorite beauty products of all time, things like that that I'm going to be filming this month. But I definitely need your guys' help with the Q&A video, so definitely make sure before you guys head out today to comment down below on what questions you might have for me because I know you guys have a ton and I try and answer as many of them as I can here on YouTube or Instagram or even on Twitter, but definitely make sure to ask all your questions down below and I will try and include as many of them as I can in my Q&A video. So that is on my top priority list right now because I know you guys have been asking for it and I definitely have been wanting to film it for you guys. But like I said, I just got really caught up in Halloween, but now that things have simmered down a bit, I can get around to filming it. But anyway, now that that has been said, let's go back to this tutorial. You guys know I love a smoky eye. That is my go-to look regardless of whatever event or whatever it is I'm doing in a day. A smoky eye is my go-to look. I just think that it gives me the most freedom to play with color. I just love blowing it all the way out to the brows and, you know, I get crazy with the smoky eyes. But I know a lot of you guys out there love a winged liner, so I feel like I was way past due for a winged liner tutorial on my channel. So because of that, I decided to create a look using a winged liner and I came up with this using the Maybelline The Nudes palette. So this is a drugstore tutorial in a way, and I know you guys love drugstore or, you know, more cost-effective makeup products, so I did use this palette to create this look. So if you guys are interested and want to see how I created it, keep on watching. Alright, so I've already completed my complexion and the reason for that is because I have another full-length tutorial coming for you guys on how to use powder. So for now we're going to jump straight into the eyes and I'm going to start by priming my lids using the Mercier Eye Basics eyeshadow primer in Cotton. To set that primer and also make blending of the eyeshadows a lot easier, I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder in Light Plus and a Zoeva 106 powder brush to just pat some powder onto my lids before going in with any eyeshadow. Don't worry about getting powder on your actual eyebrows because we're going to be filling them in and setting with brow gel, which will take care of that situation. So for now, I'm just going to fill in my brows using the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in Chocolate and Delium Tools brush number 735. To prevent any fallout from the eyeshadows getting on the skin, since the complexion is already done, I'm just putting a really light, I guess this looks like a lot, a really light layer of powder under my eyes as a shield from any fallout. The first shadow I'm going to be applying from the Nudes palette is this light taupey matte shadow. I wish the shadows had names, but it looks like they don't have numbers or names. And I'm applying it to the crease using Smith Brush 232. Next, I'm going to pick up this darker brown matte shadow on a Smith 230 brush and start deepening up the crease and then also start blending that eyeshadow out towards the hairline. Using a Morphe M433 brush, I'm going to be packing on this really pretty golden bronzy shadow onto my lid, but the problem with drugstore shadows sometimes is that you don't get the intensity that you want right off the bat. So after applying it one or two times, I realized I wasn't getting that metallic finish that I wanted. So I used some Fix Plus to spray the brush while it already had the shadow on it, which then intensified the color. This usually works for most shadows when you're just packing it onto the eyelid. And then using my favorite blending brush, my Sigma E40 brush, I'm just blending out these shadows. Using the black shadow in the palette and a Sigma E70 brush, which is an angled eyeshadow brush, and a sharp edge, I'm using my business card. I'm going to line that up against my waterline to create the perfect wing for my eye shape. So I'm taking that black shadow and just dusting it on against the sharp edge so that when I remove the card, it leaves me with a perfect winged liner made out of eyeshadow. I'm also doing this because I want the winged liner to have a soft smokiness to it. I don't want it to just be a sharp black winged liner. Once that's done, I'm going to go in with a black gel liner. This one's from Sigma, and a winged liner brush. This is the 317 brush from Zoeva, and I'm going to sharpen up that liner by just going over the areas that we shaded in with the black shadow. Make sure when using an angled liner brush that when you're first creating the wing, the pointed part of the brush is facing towards the inner part of your face, so towards your nose, to create that flick, and then flip it around to drag it back in and complete the winged liner. And I actually messed up on this side, which is why I'm making this face right now, but I decided to leave it in the video because I'm going to show you later how I cleaned that up. Back to correcting that mistake I made earlier, I'm using a Smith 212 brush that I dipped in Bioderma, which is a cleansing water, and I'm just cleaning up that wing because I accidentally dragged it down, and I'm just kind of sharpening it up because I already have powder in that area, so going in with a cream, like a concealer or a foundation, would have made it look a little cakey. Using this A23 Anastasia brush, I'm just dusting off that powder that I was using as a shield from any shadow fallout. Technically, I should have left this powder on just a little bit longer because last minute I decided to apply this dark brown shimmery shade to the inner part of my eye using a Smith 232 brush, but I didn't get that much fallout from it, so if you feel comfortable leaving the powder on, you can definitely do that. I just got carried away and took it off a little bit early, but it's totally fine. And then one last time, just grab that Sigma E40 brush and blend out those shadows. For the lower lash line, I'm using this NYX liner in Smudger in the shade Brown and Morphe brush M333 to just smudge it along the lower lash line, so that way when I go in with eyeshadow, it's going to really intensify the color, especially because I already have powder underneath that area, so I wouldn't get the intensity that I wanted from a shadow if I were to apply it directly on top of the powder. Using a Smith 220 brush, I'm going to mix together the light taupey color and the darker brown shadow that I have in the crease and apply that to the lower lash line right on top of that NYX liner and smudger. And the last shadow I'm going to be using from this palette is the light golden shadow, and I'm going to apply it to my tear duct as a highlight using the Sigma E45 brush. And then again, just blend it all out using that Sigma E40 brush. To tightline and fill in the lower waterline, I'm going to be using the Ico Making Eyes Gel Liner. And someone recently asked me in the comment section below what my favorite liner was for tightlining, because whatever they were using always transfers down to the lower waterline when they don't want any product there. And this guy is definitely by far my favorite for tightlining because once it dries, it does not transfer and it stays put all day. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to coat my lashes in a thin layer of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara because I am going to be popping on a pair of false lashes. I'm going to be using the Velour lashes in Strike a Pose. If you have butterfingers such as myself, use a pair of tweezers to make the application a lot smoother and easier, because when I use my fingers, I end up with glue somehow all over my face, all over my apartment. It's just a hot mess, so tweezers make it a lot easier. To finish the look, I decided to pair the eyes with a dark plum lip. I'm using Melt's Dark Room lipstick and Currant, or Currant, but I'm pretty sure it's Currant, lip liner from MAC. Like I mentioned in the intro, I do have a separate video coming for you guys on how I did the complexion for this portion of the look, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, I will make sure to list everything down in the description box below. Before you guys head out, don't forget to leave me all your questions in the comment section so I can include them in my Q&A video. And don't forget to subscribe so I see you in the next one. Bye guys!